You know, one day we'll have a newscast where no one will utter the words, Matthew Inman, creator of the oatmeal, has been sued. That will happen one day. Today is not that day. On November 20th, 2012, Excelsior Printing filed suit against Inman and Papyrus Recycled Greeting Cards over the sale of greeting cards based on the oatmeal comic. At issue was the fact that Excelsior Printer is the parent company of a company named Oatmeal Studios, a company that prints greeting cards and post-it pads with humorous cartoons on them and sells them throughout the Northeast. Thus, cards based off of Inman's comic, The Oatmeal, would have the same general name as cards produced by Oatmeal Studios, the subsidiary of Excelsior Printer. This is, of course, the second time that Matthew Inman, internet marketer turned webcomic creator, has been sued. Back in June of this year, Inman was sued by lawyer turned crazy person Charles Carrion over the fact that Inman posted a harassing letter from Carrion online, and then used that letter to create a wildly successful fundraising campaign for the World Wildlife Foundation and the American Cancer Society. All right, then. So, another lawsuit against the oatmeal. Time to dust off torches and pitchforks and fight off another evil company's frivolous lawsuit. There's just one problem with that. This lawsuit isn't particularly frivolous. Oatmeal Studios has been in business for 35 years selling cards under their brand of Oatmeal Studios cards. They have marketed that brand and sold it all throughout multiple stores in the Northeast and beyond. Now, granted, no one would ever mistake Oatmeal Studios cards featuring grannies saying sarcastic things with Inman's cards featuring people straddling rockets covered in penises. However, if Inman plans to sell oatmeal cards to the very same stores that Oatmeal Studios has been selling and has built a relationship with, that is a trademark conflict. This lawsuit isn't even malicious. Oatmeal Studios can't let Inman sell oatmeal greeting cards because, under the Byzantine mechanics of trademark law, if they did that, they would lose their right to their brand. If you don't defend your brand, you lose it. No one's saying Inman has done anything wrong. No one wants to stop the oatmeal brand greeting cards. They just have to protect their own trademark. That means both sides have to sit down, talk to each other, and a lawsuit is the way that happens. We've gotten into a bad habit assuming that every court case filed is evil. And yes, court cases are unpleasant and expensive. They're supposed to be unpleasant and expensive. That's the point. The idea is you're supposed to not want to go to court and go through this process. You're supposed to want to get out as soon as humanly possible. What you're supposed to do is go to the other party, a party you often hate, and come up with a solution. The solution has to be something that neither of you like, but is better than the prospect of going through a long and expensive court case. According to StatisticBrains.com, only 2% of court cases go to trial for this very reason. We've got to keep in mind the fact that a suit is not necessarily going to go to court. In fact, it's more of an invitation to open a conversation. For all the entertainment that the carry-on suit against Inman provided, and it provided a lot of entertainment, but for all that entertainment, this whole thing should have not had a public blow-up like that. It should have been resolved with a quick private conversation. Granted, the conversation would have been Inman saying to Carrion, "You're batshit crazy, go away," and Carrion going away, realizing he can't win this. As soon as it made it public, it became a huge thing, and more expensive and more painful than it really should have been because it went on longer. The idea here is lawsuits are supposed to end fast because they are unpleasant for both parties. And this leads us to our second story, a follow-up on the Michael Jonte Indiegogo campaign. To review, Michael Jonte was being sued by Gates Corporation over a fallout over a business deal Michael Jante is the creator of the print comic The Norm and professor of animation at Savannah College of Art and Design. He is also a person whose last name I can't find a pronunciation guide for, so I'm probably saying it wrong. On the other side of the suit is Gates Industry LLC. It's a newly created company by Nick Applegate, producer of the short film Arab in America. Jante and Gates Industries entered into an arrangement to create animations. Something went wrong, and now they're involved in a suit over the breakup of their business relationship. To help fund his defense, Jante started an Indiegogo campaign. The campaign is now ended, and Jante has received $12,000 for his defense. Not the $50,000 he was asking for, but still a sizable amount of money. And this is a problem. Not because I think Jante should lose. I don't know enough about the case to even say that. But he should feel the pressure to end the case as quickly as possible. And $12,000 removes that pressure. It removes the impetus on Jante to be reasonable. And Jante's case is a lot more gray than the carrion suit. Jante did use Gates Industry equipment and space. He did accept paychecks from them. He did work without negotiating a contract or having anything written down, something every artist should know they have to do. Gates Industry is out money and material, and while he may not be at fault, he is by no measures blameless. But now he has no motivation to talk until he runs out of his free internet money. We want to jump to the defense of every creator when we hear a lawsuit has been filed. After all, we all know that lawyers are evil, soulless people who are compelled to count mustard seeds on rooftops during the night. But we have lawyers and lawsuits for a reason. The pain and cost of lawsuits is part of the tradition. And sometimes a cartoonist can both be entertaining and fun and legally wrong.